Welcome to the 10 Revolutions podcast, where we have conversations with people who are shaping the future of work, education, and society as a whole. In this episode, we meet Anastasia Nemchuk, who describes herself as a citizen of the world. She found herself in Spain when the war broke out in Ukraine, and 4 years on, she's navigated personal tragedy and has now made her home in the UK with her 5 children. There's a sense of gratitude for the UK's generosity in giving her a home, and in Oxford as a place to volunteer, start a social enterprise, and raise a family. With a master's degree in public health from Oxford Brookes University, Anastasia's mission is to raise health literacy, stop the spread of misinformation, and share her culture so people see Ukrainians as more than simply refugees.
So welcome. We have Anastasia Nemchuk here with us. You're from Ukraine originally. You're a mum of 5, and you have been in the UK for 3 years now.
4 years.
4 years now.
And, yeah, just a little bit. Yeah, great to be here. And thank you for invitation, Mark. And it's quite brave for me. I didn't recognize we would do this audio recording. And yeah, so maybe my English is not bad, but it's still scary for me to do this talk. But I hope it would be fine and interesting for your listeners, because we are going to talk about big topics.
Health Huddle, because you public health, and you're founder of the Health Huddle. Yeah. We're talking about the subject of, you have a master's in public health, so we can explain to the listener what that means, if the people that don't know. I always start the podcast by talking about how we met and how we know each other. Yeah. So do you remember where we met?
I think it was BAPC, Startup Huddle.
I think we met at the same events that, like, on the very first episode with Philippe. Do you know Philippe? Do you know Philippe? Philippe Jutra. So he was at this event. It was a startup workshop. Yeah. I think you were there, weren't you? Did you go to that startup workshop, like June, a couple of years ago? I think it was now.
Yeah, actually, I can. I was trying to attend as many events as possible.
To loads.
Yeah, to download a lot of information to my head, because I am. I still feel I'm a new person here, and it's everything so complicated. It's always pleasure to meet people who with similar interest, and even open-minded people. So yeah.
Fellow founders, I mean, it's a great community, Oxford, as we've touched on that before in this podcast. There's a great network, there's a great community of startups, founders. Obviously, we've got Rob, who's launched Naya. Yeah. So there's another tool where you can connect with other founders. But I think the place where I met Philippe, I remember you being there, and then I can't remember. So then it was the Startup Huddle.
Yeah.
Which. Every third Thursday of the month at BIPC in Oxford. So you're quite a regular there, aren't you? And you've done some events there.
Yeah. So maybe I have an excuse of being mom of 5 children. Why I maybe not always remember where I was even yesterday. So it's for me, I think it's an amazing place. I don't like the reason why I'm in Oxford. Appeared in Oxford like 4 years ago, but I'm amazed about the community and of the spirit and diverse people with and ideas and connection and networking. It's amazing, I think.
Yeah, it's a good community. So tell us, for the listener, for the listener's benefit, how would you define public health?
Oh, public health. I think I'm a fan of public health because of my supervisor at my program. We are still in touch and we are doing things together. It's public health. It's everywhere. It's for everyone, and it's not only about being healthy. Because our first lecture at the Brookes University. It started from definition of health and well-being, and how can we compare and define it. And it's about everything. It's your lifestyle. It's your generally well-being and ability to live happily as well. So I think it's still not clear for me where is public health in healthcare system. Actually, it looks like everywhere. But who's responsible for what? And there are changes all the time. And it's another part of conversation, 10 years plan from NHS. It was published last year. I was really impressed, as I was impressed before, with all these strategies and amazing infographics about public health. And I thought it would go to some changes, real actions.
Yeah.
But 10 years plan, it's about moving from hospitals to community, from analog to digital, and from treatment to prevention. Prevention, public health. So I thought it's a perfect match. You mentioned Health Huddle, community interest company that I registered it last year with the goal of health promotion, improving health literacy. And still, after this plan was published in August, I don't see, I haven't seen real actions. And it's not something that I am complaining. I am a great fan of NHS, but at the same time, I see these problems and I can't unsee them. And it makes me trying to fix something, at least a little bit, on a community level. And it's what I'm trying to do.
And what was your inspiration for the Health Huddle?
Maybe my inspiration because when I done my master's and my dissertation was about digital health literacy interventions, so it was a review, and I tried to collect as much information as possible about this, and I found that health literacy is a huge problem and underestimated problem. And half of adults are struggling with understanding health information. If this information includes numbers, situation even worse. And actually, when you speak to people about this, and they say like, "Okay, health literacy, maybe it's not for me. I'm fine.
I'm healthy now, so
I'm healthy. Yeah. I'm literate, so it's fine." But when I'm trying to explain it, it's about your ability to book your appointment and to know where to ask for help if you need it. So, and because of the system is changing all the time, and even inside the system, it should be more educational component between staff. So on Monday, I went for the event from Oxford University about additional roles in primary care. And a lot of healthcare professionals were there. And it was clear that even for, for GP in a medical center, it's not clear what kind of roles are available in a system. And it's not even about patients. It's about them communicating with each other. So they're so busy, overwhelmed with everything, they can't have this space in their heads to learn more, to understand more. So, it was inspiration. Completely unclear. So even after I've done masters in public health, I said, okay, maybe if I need this clarity, maybe people without degree in public health, they also need this clarity.
I suppose people don't know what they don't know, but once you start finding out what you don't know, you realise you're quite ignorant. But as you say, some people don't even know. They don't know there's a problem until they have one, right?
I think avoidance and desire not to think about it, and with public health, it's a huge problem. I remember I spoke to Unai. He is my mentor from Brookes University, from Enterprise Center, and he asked me like how, because idea of building company and business around public health, it's quite strange idea, and how can you sell solution to the people before they have this problem, before they have this pain? So from business point of view, it's not really something that can work.
It's your mission though, isn't it? It's clearly what is important to you. Because I saw your interview with Sarah Howcutt about health literacy. So she was she's from Brookes University. So she was your supervisor. And she was talking about the importance of health literacy. And one of the things that struck out was, well, GPs are so busy today that they've got maybe 5 to 7 minutes with the patient. And if you can't explain your symptoms, if you can't take your medication away and actually know what you're supposed to do with it, then you're not going to take the medication. You're not going to have a productive, you're not going to get anything out of that appointment.
So it's, we also because I'm living in Farringdon and I've been volunteering at our medical center for more than 2 years and under social prescribing scheme. So it's, we have amazing bunch of volunteers, health champions. We are doing different groups, and our medical center also, we have talks with community, and it's a request from our patient participation group, and one of the first talks was my request from Ukrainian community, and we did a session, Ask Your GP. Like it was really good. It was 2 hours talks. We collected questions, general, not your personal one, but same questions that people usually maybe ask or something unclear for them. So it's lack of communication, but actually we need to ask for this. So we asked our GP, please, we need some clarity. Can we have this community talk? And they did it. And same as your listeners. So if you want more from your medical center, please ask. And sometimes it's not filling the form somewhere like your satisfaction and rating of your doctor, of your appointment. It's something that you can ask for more, and it's available. And about 10 minutes, I think 10 minutes. I'm not sure about the time of the appointment. One of the explanation from our GP was, okay, we have this limited time, but we have to listen to our patient first before we can say something. We need to do it. And dear patients, you need to talk to us. You need to be prepared. Either it's shopping list of your symptoms or something. It still need to be like something that the more we know from you, the more help you can get. And yes, I think it's a problem because understanding your symptoms and even ability mindfully think about your body and about your mind and brain and how everything works, and when you experience something, and it's really important for your diagnosis and maybe for treatment. So yeah, it's hard work.
Data from the NHS uncovers the extent of the literacy problem in the UK. There are 7.1 million adults who read and write at or below the level of a 9-year-old, and 43% of adults do not understand written health information. This is mostly due to poor baseline literacy among native-born adults rather than immigration. Things like prescription labels and patient information leaflets are written in language that exceeds the average adult's capability. In addition, the use of apps like the NHS app disadvantages those with low digital literacy. Health Education England is doing something about this with a free online course on health literacy. Ironically, though, it is available on an e-learning platform which excludes members of the population who are not digitally literate. Check out Health Literacy Month, which is observed globally throughout October. It is a month-long campaign designed to raise awareness about the importance of making health information easy to find, understand and use so people can make informed decisions about their well-being.
I can imagine, yeah. So how does it compare? How does health literacy compare in the UK to Ukraine and the general the health system as a whole?
Yeah, it's a good question because I think it's for me it's fascinating. It's interesting because in Ukraine we used to open the door and find a doctor really easily. We can have a second opinion, third opinion. So you can access doctors even in state healthcare system or privately quite easily.
Even now, yeah.
Maybe especially now, it's other question.
Yeah.
And people used to know about their health. So we, if we do some diagnostics, we have our results printed for us. It's obvious. It's always like this, and here it's different. So, and when I ask. I was in Odessa a few weeks ago, and I visited it with a professor from Oxford, Dr. Chelsom, and I asked him, why not? Why can't people access their test results here? And he said, like, okay, it's if they access their results, they can't understand it. And maybe they start to Google it, and they are anxious. And when they have an appointment and somebody said it's nothing to worry about, they're more anxious. But I said, like, okay, but maybe they are more anxious if they don't know anything, or just say like good, or it was done, or whatever you have in your electronic health records. So yeah, it's differently. I think because of the doctors' availability and diagnostic centers in Ukraine. It's quite large number, and it's really available now, and they're struggling to have more patients. So for now, in Ukraine, infrastructure is ready for people. And it's even a point that we are discussing now, a project about medical tourism in Ukraine. It's a strange idea during the war, but actually we have specialists, we have infrastructure, so it just need to connect people who need it with it.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, and that reminds me of something I was listening to about medical tourism in China. Yeah. There's a lot of people going away for routine operations to China. They're flying all the way out there. They're getting seen, here where you might have an 18-month or a 2-year waiting list. They're going out and being treated. And, in the space of literally a few days, obviously they're not getting it on the NHS, but it's costing a lot less than going private, even with the plane, with the cost of a plane for some treatments, which is interesting. So it's really interesting you're saying that's happening in people from the UK, or where it is?
It's just because when I shared it myself that, for example, to do general checkup for me and my children, dental treatment or something like this, it's much easier for me to travel. Not only because of this, I know that it's not safe there, but we still have family there and friends, and we want to have this connection. So it's not only reason dental treatment or something like this, but it's so easy for me to book appointment online, and it's much cheaper, much cheaper, and the quality. It's really good. And when I share it with my British friends, first maybe they were shocked, but after that, is it really how can you get there? So you're flying to Moldova, and then you need to take a bus to Odessa 4 hours. So I think they're starting to.
You're doing all that for a dental checkup. It seems crazy, doesn't it?
Yes, but because here. Being, I don't know, I am a Ukrainian guest as defined, but I feel like refugee actually because we are here because of the war, and a woman and have a lot of children and don't have I don't have an impressive CV. So when I'm speaking about literacy, about changes, about transformation, I'm not the type of person that can change something. And yes, people often ask my affiliation, and if I'm not affiliated, then okay. So it's not how it works, and system is complicated, and but even in this point, I can do something to help people. And if it can be connection with Ukrainian healthcare facilities, why not? And we still hope for the end of the war. We still hope.
We hope, yeah. Well, yes. So that's. Are you able to share your story? Obviously, you left Ukraine 4 years ago at the start of the war. You've got 5 children, so it must have been pretty hard. Everything you've been through in the last few years.
Yeah. So we had never planned immigration. So I didn't define myself as a Ukrainian. Yes, I'm Ukrainian, but I thought I'm a citizen of the world, and because we traveled a lot, and despite having 5 children, it was like my challenge to find tickets, logistics, and organizing these things. So I think that other professional things, not so difficult as organizing like children and logistics and book apartments for this. So that's, but we did it a lot. And when the war started, we were in Spain for our vacation. We didn't expect war. We had plane from Odessa and had our return tickets to the airport of Odessa on 28th of February. So yes, we didn't expect. We like careless people. So like, okay, people speaking about war, but it's not possible. So when we found ourselves as first refugees from Ukraine in Spain, they didn't know what to do with us. We didn't know what to do. And Spanish, it's not our language, so it's difficult there with English. And when the program for Ukrainians was opened in the UK, I applied for it for one website, Apora. But with 5 children, I found a farm somewhere in North Ireland. So I thought like, oh no, we can't get there. And after that, I received a mail from our current sponsor. It's amazing people that I think that it's a huge inspiration for me. I'm still impressed how it's possible to invite complete strangers. People still don't know a lot about Ukraine and who we are and what kind of people we are, like what level of education possibly we have. Invite family with 5 children to their house, and I'm still amazed and impressed, and that's why I think that these people deserve better healthcare and maybe some clarity for themselves, because it's not only for Ukrainians. We have, I think globally we have a lot of similar problems around understanding health information, and with health misinformation as well. It's also one of my favorite topics.
Well, let's go on. Let's touch on that, shall we? So that's one of your missions, isn't it? With that, through the Health Huddle, is to how would we put it? To fight against misinformation.
Misinformation.
So what's the worst example of health misinformation that you've seen? Would you say? And where is it? How is it perpetrated?
I think because my husband was diagnosed with cancer, and unfortunately he passed away almost 2 years ago. And but he had pancreatic cancer, and it was like a difficult journey for him. But he had 4.5 years after first diagnosis, he was diagnosed. So, but this diagnosis is not really something that is good and with evidence-based information, like with good prognosis. So I started to dive to everything around this, and all kind of information, all kind of strange supplements and stuff that you can find. And I think that it's the scariest example of misinformation, and it's when people face like cancer diagnosis, and they maybe sometimes avoid treatment and go into something really strange about like healing and advices that can be promoted but by somebody. I can't understand. I think some people, they speaking about like, okay, if you have cancer you can't eat sugar, or you have it's a lot of information you can find online and even literature with strange advices,
and these are not coming from medical experts,
no,
presumably.
it's not from medical experts. Maybe some experts, they try to pretend they are medical, and I see it in this country as well, because we started this journey with cancer in Ukraine in 2020. My husband had a surgery and then chemotherapy there, and but after 2 years, because it's pancreatic cancer, we hoped, but we expected that it can come back. So we started it in Ukraine, and I saw this misinformation there. And it's like, it's kind of people who want to help you, and they suggest like, have you tried these herbs? Maybe he doesn't need to eat meat or something else. And I started with, okay, we can do everything. At least something will help. But after that, you need to filter this information. And some of this advice can be really harmful and can prevent healing, because if person experience like this diagnosis, they need protein to live. They can't avoid eating meat or some kind of other food. It's like food topic and nutrition topic is
well, it kind of segues, because that's the other thing I wanted to ask you about. And I guess nutrition is, food is medicine, really, isn't it? So I think reading dietary advice is so valuable, but there are so many experts out there telling us what we should eat, what we shouldn't eat, supplements, fasting. Where are you on this?
Yeah.
What would you say to? Is there some general advice you can give to people, or are we all different and we all need to just do what's right for us? There's obviously some basic health guidelines that about eating non-processed food, low sugar, low fat. But what would you say over and above that?
Do you think it's too simple? Basic guidelines.
I think over and above the basic guidelines, which I would like to think most, I don't know, I might be assumptive, just assuming like the general population are even educated about processed foods or not. I don't know. I think there's probably a real gap in our schools in terms of health and nutritional education as part of the education systems. I think it starts there. Obviously starts at home because the parents don't have those skills. But what would you say to, I guess, general public about nutrition? What advice would you give to someone?
The simple one is just follow guidelines, official guidelines. Why? Why it's so important to follow them? Because you're right about a lot of experts and people who share their opinions about food and everything around nutrition. But it's the level of anxiety and eating disorders, it's huge. And when you follow guidelines and it seems for us too simple, okay. And too simple from one side, but from another side, it's difficult to follow them all the time. Your food sometimes can be not so healthy, not so, I don't know, you don't have enough fiber or vegetables or something, and you can fill this gap with something good for your health, and it's much easier to add some supplements, and it seems easy for you, And if somebody share like some kind of evidence that it's good for you, it's so easy to follow this advice, and it's like win-win for you. You have like some satisfaction that you do something for your health, and these people who sell these supplements is also happy.
Yeah.
So you was happy, but it's not really healthy. It's not the main point, because main health advice is like move more, eat whole like homemade food or some kind of basic food, and without counting calories. I really like this idea of healthy plate or something like this. So you should have this like understanding of basics in your head. To follow them, but not to be too strict, because we have another kind of problem in health-related area when people are obsessed about their healthy lifestyle. They're thinking too much. They're focused too much on being healthy, eat healthy, and this addiction of being healthy. It's something that our marketing and people who sell health-related products are really try to do with us. And I even have a draft of my book, Sell Me Health, because when you are health-related specialist and you want to develop or have your, I don't know, private practice, and I'm a physio, my background from Ukraine, so I know that sometimes you don't need, most of the times you don't need special exercise. You just need to move. Same with food. You don't need special diet. If you are comfortable with eating twice a day, it's fine for you. It's amount of your calories and your weight and your own goals. It's more important, yeah. So it should be personalized for you, especially, but not because somebody tells you that it's right way to do.
It's being commoditized, hasn't it? I think that's the problem.
Yeah.
And people are counting steps, and people are getting to the end of the day and they're walking up and down the stairs because they've only done 9,600 steps because their app's telling them their target is 10,000.
Yeah.
Anastasia makes such a valid point about quality of life and balance, and that health anxiety can do more harm than good. Taking supplements, the global dietary supplement market is set to reach a staggering $400 billion by the early 2030s. For most healthy members of the population, these are unnecessary and are being promoted irresponsibly on platforms with large audiences as game changers. This is a major reason for the explosion in this market.
I mean, where are you on supplements? Because if I listen to all the different advice out there, and it comes through podcasts, it comes through all kinds of sources, social media, there's probably about 10 different, from things like creatine to ketones. There's, and people's, highly influential people saying how these things are significantly impacting their performance. They can think so much more clearly. I mean, it feels a bit reckless to me. Like I did dabble with creatine, and I probably didn't. The problem with the supplements with me is I'm just so bad at remembering to take something other than eating regularly. Get up in the morning and taking pills or powders is just, I'm terrible at forming a habit. It's probably a good thing. But where are you? Are there some supplements you think are universal and you'd recommend people take? I know our diets are deficient in things like vitamin D in the winter months, but is there anything you think, if people are getting a fully balanced diet, is there anything you think we'd be deficient of holistically? Or is it more sort of each person?
I am an adept of simplifying your life.
Yeah, me too.
As much as possible. So, and you can understand, I can understand why these influencers and people who are doing something and they suggest like, you can, because if it's marketing, it's. I think that I'm doing now like professional suicide. So I'm complaining or saying that system it's not working properly, and now I'm complaining of all these nice business people who are trying to build business around health. you need to sell something. It's what I was said for myself and for why Health Huddle was registered as community interest company, because I don't want to sell anything. I need to do something for people without selling them.
So they're getting a very impartial advice. You're not getting a kickback from some company that's selling
Yeah,
supplements.
so it's problem, but what my general advice and vision: if you need to sort out other things first, you need to sleep well, you need to move enough. You need to try to build your balanced diet, but without addiction. It's okay. And, because I did Ukrainian speaking podcast for YouTube channel about evidence-based health, and I did conversations with doctors, and one episode gained 75,000 of views or something. It was it was about food and nutrition, and I had a gastroenterologist, and he shared not maybe popular opinions about there is no good and bad food. And yes, you can eat fast food sometimes. It's just, it's more nutrition and less nutrition food, but it's fine. Don't be anxious about this. And yes, you can drink some drinks from time to time. It's okay. And so he just, we took some, the most popular myths around food, about supplements, and it's gained a lot of views, and only one point that in comments I found that it's oh, who's this host? So it was about me, so why is she's doing something like this? So it was my personal point. But I was impressed that people didn't complain about these advices because they were made by doctor, by gastroenterologist. He has his reputation, and his advice was valuable. I really want to do it here, and we did one recording with nutritionist, doctor in nutrition from London, about same things. And yes, to simplify your life, and to not to increase this anxiety around healthy diet. Quality of life, it's not something that you have enough steps on your watch and you need to do it. Quality of life, it's balanced life. One day you have more protein, other day a bit less. It's fine.
It's okay to pig out on a chocolate cake now and then. It's okay to skip a gym, and you're creating more stress, more cortisol, all these stress hormones because you're worried so much about the diet. It almost becomes a rod for your back, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Like having to all these apps that are monitoring things are actually not healthy in themselves.
Yeah, so it's not popular opinion if you are trying to build some, it's about apps and all this technology. I'm a fan of this digitalization, and I think it can bring to our health and healthcare a lot and simplify people's life. But it's not what we're experiencing now. And people... I was in London. I was accepted for Greek Innovation Challenge, and it was amazing bunch of really smart people. And each of them, they all wanted to create AI-powered app or digital solution or something for health, something really good. And at the same time, I was a volunteer at Digital Cafe in Farringdon. And I saw people, just normal people who are struggling to download the NHS app and put login details and access the information or book appointment. And I think we have a huge gap. And these people, they don't need another app. They're struggling with this one. And it's a point of creating something new. It's not always good, and I'm a great fan of gym. I think it's really good and for women's health, so it's amazing. But if I don't do it, I don't do it. I can if not today, but tomorrow. It's when you see your life as a whole picture. So during your week or your months, you need to do it regularly. If you're not going to gym, you can go for a walk. You can do Pilates. You can dance with your kids or doing something else. It's fine.
Do some gardening.
Gardening is great.
Housework even.
Yeah, it's always fun.
Interesting, yeah. Just closing, I'm just interested to know before we close the nutrition topic, where are you on, and obviously we touched on tech as well, but there's a lot of advice out there about fasting, isn't there? About the health benefits of fasting, even if it's just eating in a shorter time window. I'd really quite like to unpack that and understand what's your impartial advice on it.
It's important to understand why. So what is your goal? So if it's weight loss, it's I think maybe I need to say that evidence about fasting, it's not so obvious that it's good for your health. And at the same time as promoting fastings, there are a lot of different research papers about if you're avoiding your breakfast, more likely you can gain weight or something like this. So it's when I'm speaking about guidelines, it's about so many different good quality research have been done to prove it. And about fasting, it's not so obvious. It can be your comfort style for your lifestyle. So if, for example, you are thinking about like, oh, what can I eat today or something. So if you just, if for you, not to think about what to eat next or where is my snack or something. It's just not to think about food until end of the day. But more likely people can eat more calories if it's once or twice per day. So it's not working for everyone, and you need to listen to yourself, to your routine, to your family routine as well, because it's so bad when people just stop socializing with and meet friends because they have this strange diet and their friends.
That's another thing, isn't it? It's the family meal. You know, that's such a. It's
more important. It's a lot of evidence that we need to cook, we need to have our family meals, and social part of diet. Do you know that Mediterranean diet is the best one?
Yeah.
Like it was a lot of different. Maybe not. I can say the best one, but a lot of people don't. When they see this pyramid of this diet, they don't see what's fundamental, but fundamental is like walking, eating with other people, just enjoying your life and be socially active. It's the main part. If you can cover this, so maybe next part, like how much carbs or proteins or whatever else you are eating. So when we are speaking about food, it's important healthy diet, but we can't be focused only on components, on our time, and
it's the ritual. It's the time and the Mediterranean. You talk about the Mediterranean diet, but actually, if you go to Southern Europe, meal times are they're 2 hours long. You sit down. The kids sit down.
Food.
The screens are there's no screens in sight. I mean, I was in France recently. I was in the south of France volunteering. And on a farm, and this guy who he's got 9 children and 30 grandkids, and like one of his daughters, she was there. She was staying there during Easter, and one of his granddaughters, one of his daughters came over with all their grandchildren, 6 of them in total, I think it was. He's got 9 children. They were all sitting around the table eating salad, huge plates of salad, no screen, all ages from all the way up to 16, not scrolling on the phone while they're eating. It's what is it? I don't know what is it with our dietary habits. Because the other thing there's a lot of allergies in this country. My wife's from Ecuador. There's no such thing as people don't have allergies there. Kids grow up, they eat the same food as the parents.
Yeah.
I think we've got a food culture here where, it's probably more varied than it was before because we've got a lot more ingredients. But I think the variety of ingredients that kids eat at a young age is quite small. So you're not building that immunity. You've got kids' menus in pubs. You've got things like that. You've got this kind of segregation. And why do you think that is?
I don't want to complain on the quality of food, and because I know that many Ukrainians we have tastier, vegetables and fruits and something in Ukraine. I'm not an expert, so I can't say about allergies and things. What you just showed, like perfect picture of family food with all family members. It's a hard work. But if you, it's always your choice. What type of hard work are you doing? Are you doing your steps or something else? So it should be in your life, physical activity. But at the same time, if you have some spare time, if you organize this family meal or meal with your friends, once per week, few times per week, at least to have it in your life. So what's the difference? So what satisfaction do you have in your life if you are doing things like this? So, it's about quality of life and slowing down, because technology can help us to slow down. It's they don't need to make us more anxious about health, about everything. So it's not where we're going with this progress.
And you must be. I mean, a lot of people listening will think, well, I don't. We're working. We're both working. We're working parents. We don't have time to sit down and have a family meal. But your case. Tell me how you manage. Tell me how you manage and what you do, because obviously you're on your own. You've got 5 kids. Yeah. So how do you manage to carve out time to?
We just got in our house a young girl from Ukraine. She's 25, and when she arrived, she was so impressed. Oh, big family! You're like a hero. Oh, we will have boarding games and meal together. And she saw how difficult it is.
Yeah,
I can just say it's extremely difficult because like when you're having children, different age, in teenagers, and my youngest is 6 years old. So, but at the same time, even if they're complaining all the time and they don't want to eat your food or it's this, I don't like it, they still feel this, the value of this, and they remember it. And especially when you invite friends, and it's like family barbecue or something like this, it's priceless. We had it in Ukraine, and almost it's difficult to organize it here. But it's memories, it's family memories. It's connecting with your own children. It's I think it's important message for them, because as a parent, I think we need to show them example. Of our resilience and ability to adapt to different situations. It's like for myself, I need to show my children how I'm coping and still proactive and everything. But at the same time, we need to show them culture. We need to give them something to fight this only digital online world where people can't really communicate with each other, can't make friends.
Yeah. And you're not enjoying the food, are you? You're not eating mindfully if you're scrolling a phone or your mind is somewhere else. There's a real thing. And eating slowly and absorbing the nutrients from the food properly.
Yeah, it's where technology can help, I don't know, is it possible to name it? But we have device Thermomix. It's a machine, like cooking machine, but where you cooking actually, so you can use it for different. So, but it's for my children, it makes this process it's like a game. like digital game. It has screen in it, so they can measure ingredients and doing something with it. So, and they can develop this creativity and ideas about, okay, what can we make today? And it's a family process. So yes, you can add technology to your life without destroying everything and being in the screen all the time.
Sounds cool. Yeah. Oh, nice. Yeah. So, what do you see the future for public health, and what revolution would you like to see in your lifetime?
Oh, I really want to see it not really growing, but I want it to be spread everywhere. Really, my revolution is maybe about good connection, and to have this connection, we need to create this infrastructure. And it can be different spaces. Social media is fine if we have more doctors promoting themselves and their services and spreading evidence-based information. It's great. And when they need to be creative in this area, it's what I'm thinking in Ukraine, why it's different. Because doctors who went for my podcast there, they have their own practice. So they need, for example, new clients, or that's why they are thinking differently. They are fine to go online and tell in simple words something about food or something else again and again. It can you can't find health misinformation just having this strict regulation. So you can't stop it. It's like from everywhere, and it's developing much faster.
If you've got technology, you're going to have lots of information, but there's always going to be misinformation, and it always tends to spread faster.
Yes, it's a difficult question. But at the same time, we need to show this another choice and another opinion to people, so they can think critically and make their own decision about their own health, to understand themselves better, to care about themselves better, and not only relying on healthcare and complaining that we have long waiting lists. If you want to understand the system, you need to ask the system, because without request, it wouldn't be changed.
So is that, asking the system, is that perhaps using chatbots and things like that? Do you using technology to?
It can. My worries. I'm worried about this point about going from analog to digital, announced by NHS as a plan, without additional funding and really building up good infrastructure. It can be just putting some money to chatbot or something like this. Really not really helpful, because when we are doing our digital cafe, it's supported by NHS app, but actually it's just keep going, well done. It's how it's supported, and it's voluntary based activity. So they are not looking for patient feedback and really don't ask for it for improvement, but it's. I think digital products, they need to be created with people. So, and only in this case we can expect some good shifts.
Yeah. And I guess there probably are people who are using LLMs, ChatGPT to diagnose symptoms. Right?
Yes.
I don't know what kind of advice they're getting. I've never tried it, but
it's a question that was raised at our PPG meeting. People are worried about AI replying for their request at medical center, and our doctor has said that, okay, no, we can't do it, we don't do it, but we are worried that people write their request using AI. We can see it, and we are worried that your AI, just speaking with our AI, it wouldn't work. But my advice was for Ukrainians who are struggling with language and with getting appointment. If you need to send your request and you want to explain your symptoms, you can use ChatGPT for writing this request, just to clarify, to translate it properly, and after that, but you still you can't rely on it without real doctor, of course.
Yeah. Is there a message of hope and courage that you'd want to share with someone who's facing similar challenges that you faced coming to this country, settling?
I don't know. I think it's quite difficult to define, because a lot of different points and challenges. But I'm a woman, with some limitation in my life that can't help me. Maybe sometimes build career or something else. But it's still when you use your vulnerability as your strength. So it can help, and my hopes for future, for next revolution of healthcare, I'm quite positive when I see people who are open and happy to change something, and it's a lot of hope, and I am really pleased and happy to be here. And thank you, Mark, for your invitation.
No, I just want to know where you get your energy and your strength from to keep going.
From everywhere, it's from people from your country, from my country as well, because it's so strange to fight against this big enemy and still keep going. So it's a lot of inspiration, and from women, from history. Even today, I was at the assembly for my son in year 1, and they had this presentation about Mary Anning, I think maybe. She was a scientist, and she, she studied fossils, but it was a time when no women were allowed to do something. And I thought I'm complaining about myself, so it was so difficult there, and it's much better now.
You can always compare yourself to someone who's worse off, and that's always that's great. And what age are the kids now?
From 5, and oldest daughter, she's 19. And
5 to 19.
Yeah.
So
no, 5, 6. Sorry.
Your youngest is in year 1. Time goes quickly, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Fantastic. And just finishing up, so the Mavka, do you want to talk about that briefly? The festival in Farringdon?
Oh, yeah. Maybe when we have this episode, it's already gone because it's in a few days. It started as a strange idea of feeling grateful to the Farringdon community, and we ordered and delivered wooden statue of Mavka. It's Ukrainian forest fairy. It's from Ukrainian literature, delivered to the woodlands near Farringdon. Just because local people, they love this area, they care about it, and we love it as well. And we just wanted to have some contribution. And from this, it's grown into festival. This year, it's third time annual festival in May. It's about women empowerment, about some creativity, and about introduction to our country, because we're still strangers. And unfortunately, the reason why people know us, it's a war. And we don't want to be known just because of the war.
Refugees, or just as it's a label that maybe sort of disguises the real culture.
But we will deal with it. It's just we need to finish this war, and just to share to this world that we can be friends, we can build healthy relationships with this world, and it's not a problem with us that we have this problem with Russia. So so this festival, it's grassroots initiatives that really challenging to keep going with it. But I think we need it as Ukrainians, and I see the feedback from British people. It's amazing. We're happy to do this.
And it sounds like one thing that the theme that comes through is how welcome been made since you've come here?
We as I said, like we were invited like complete strangers from strange country, post-Soviet Union country. Is it like part of Russia or not part of Russia? Why don't they want to be part of Russia? And it's done. So last year it was more academic talk we did about women empowerment, feminists in Ukraine history. So it's quite powerful as well. This year it's more about concert activities.
Okay, it's a bit more fun,
a bit
more relaxed, a bit more fun, family friendly.
Yes, we have this opinion that we need to tell people more. It's Ukraine. It's not only Ukrainian borscht and vyshivankas and songs. It's more, but people like food.
People like food and music and entertainment. Yeah, you'll
so
always get a crowd for that.
Yeah.
But sharing more of your culture, I think that's a process that will take place over time. Yeah. Fantastic. Well, I'll try and make it if I can, and obviously we'll air after it's done. But it's always in May, isn't it? It's always like the third weekend in May, is it?
So it's like first weekend of half term. So yeah.
Okay. Well, that's a good,
this date just appeared.
Good bookmark for the calendar.
I hope we can do it next year as well, because it's challenging, and I'm not organizing it now. So this year I'm just cooking borscht as a volunteer. So yeah, but I'm really grateful for support, and we need this kind of engagement to be seen.
Yeah.
So yeah,
fantastic. I wish you the best with that, and of course with all of with the health huddle and all of your family and integrating here and your the public health revolution. The part you're playing in it.
I hope.
I'm fully behind you. I realised that we could probably have a whole series on this, and we've managed to pack quite a bit into 1 hour. But yeah, we can. There's so many more topics we could talk about, but we're going to have to leave it there.
Yeah.
But you've been a fantastic guest, and
thank you, Mark.
I'll see you again.
Yeah.
Thanks,
thank
Anna.
you.
Thank you for being a valued member of our audience. If you liked this episode and want to hear more like it, please rate it and subscribe. Please also share it personally with 5 people you think it would best resonate with to help us spread the movement. You can also support us on our Patreon site at patreon.com/10_revolutions, where for the average price of a pint of beer in the UK per month, you can support the creation of future content and receive a range of benefits in return. We'll see you in the next episode.